Let's face it, I am the only creature on Earth that is completely waffle-based. Greetings, elderly YouTube streamers. This is Total Fool Reacts. I'm a self-proclaimed total fool. You may or may not agree, but upon listening to me further throughout this video, I think you would be more inclined to agree than to disagree. But perhaps my lack of intuition on that matter proves that I am more of a total fool by being less of a total fool? Anyway, we're going to check out a song by Death Grips. I checked this group out a while back and I checked out the song Guillotine. Today we're going to go on to a song called Bottomless Pit. I hope this is the right video. We've got this little paragraph explaining something before the video here. I do want to mention to Boog S Reviews, or Boog S Reviews, the person who requested this song, I did attempt to do a reaction to Bubbles Buried in This Jungle. However, I failed to record myself. But I didn't record anything I said about the song. So don't look out for that one, because it's not coming. So this is why, immediately following that debacle, I've decided to give Death Grips another try, and we're going to go into Bottomless Pit this time. And with all that said, while you're underfed, here is my reaction. Okay, this is going to be my reaction to Bottomless Pit by Death Grips. Let's begin. Iconic 70s film star Karen Black passed away in August 2013. In February of that year, Karen Rockman introduced Miss Black to Zach Hill. The two immediately hit it off. Zach had written a part for Karen for a film he was developing and gave her the pages for her scenes. Though she didn't know how the scenes would fit into the final film, she readily agreed to read her character's dialogue on camera for Zach, recorded 2013 at the home of Karen Black. Let's find out what that's about.
I am God. Yes, hello. I will practice you. Say hello. But they're never going to know it. How much you say? I am God. Yes, hello, 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 hello. Oh. They'll never understand that you are God, so they'll never understand the actual danger you present. I'm actually a cheerful person. And there are people.
All right, well, this may go into a song. It may not. This is 14 and a half minutes, so.
Who, when they see a cheerful person, they don't see it. It couldn't be cheerful. You must be wicked. To be happy, you must be nasty and evil. You couldn't just be happy, because they're not happy, ever happy, do you know? They're angry, or maybe they're in fear. There was the same storyline in fairy tales for probably centuries. And if you look over the fairy tales from all around the world, every land, they're the same. Excuse me for carrying on like this, but there's the sweet man, the lovely, gentle girl or brother or son, girl or son, and then they have the stinky brothers and the nasty people. And the stinky brothers and the nasty people are just simply selfish. There's nothing very much more complex than that. And the good people they're not. So stinky people go out into the world to get their fortune, or to get the princess, or they just are stumbling in the woods and they get lost or whatever. And they run into always a special person. They run into a magical person who always looks like crap. You know, he looks like his nose and the little warts, and they look like witches, and they're crippled and they're awful and they're disgusting, and they need something. What do they need? They just need some food, some liquid, some water, some milk, something. And the stinky brothers and the stinky sisters will not give it to them. And they carry on, and they never succeed. And the Nebusha one, the sweet one, who's good-hearted, that's all we know. He's tender-hearted, but everybody makes fun of him, and everybody doesn't treat him very well because he doesn't scare anybody. This reminds me of me. Must have, can't have. This is humans, nothing to do with the order of the universe. Humans must have what they can't have. They must. They must. You know, one of the ways to get a girl is you're loving her nice, and then you vanish. Now they must have you. Anyhow.
Is that true, ladies? Must I disappear for you to want me?
This man is suicidal, and he's an actor. And he's terribly famous. And people mistreat him and everything, and he's miserable. And there's a huge, brightly lit, almost blue-white stage lit. And it looks like, and I think it might be, a boxing arena. And everyone around it is really in a boxing area. And he's walking, he's going to have, the TVs are there up on that blatant white blue stage over there. And he's walking through the path toward that stage. And on either side of him is this audience. Well, you know how Fellini likes to make people look. It's like a bad dream you're having. Nightmarish, but beautiful. I will fuck your mind and steal the babies. I love it. As he walks, he's looking at these audience members, looking up and look up, and they look up and they look up. And here's a white face with terribly screaming red lipstick. And here's another clown face. And I'm telling you, I went up. I mean, I got high. I left my body and looking at this thing. You know, when you have someone with you in a room and they carry with them in this moment all the things that you've experienced together in the past, and they have certain color lipstick on, and the light hits their hair and eyes in a certain way. They're very real. They're really there. And as a listener, as someone looking at them, in fact, you aren't anything for nothing. There are a couple times in my life, 3 times, where I forgot I was. I completely forgot I was. I was a child when I was 12, and I was in acting class, and they had a little banquet for some people. It was during the day, though.
Okay, well, I mean, she's delivering. If these are all lines, she's doing quite well. She sounds very natural speaking them. It does sound like she's sort of just telling her own story off the top of her head, which she may be doing by this point. She's going to talk about being in acting school and things like that. So she may right now be, telling some anecdote from her own childhood and not something that's been written for her. But in any event, we're nearly 6 minutes into this, and yeah, I mean, I hope I haven't done two reactions in a row that will go nowhere. Let's carry on.
And my acting teacher and a woman were talking to each other, and I was listening. And they turned to look at me. What are they looking at? I don't know what they were looking at. Oh, and I remember, I'm here, I remember. Dear bottomless pit, I wake up in a deep search for intent and belief in myself. But the day is intense, and death, driven with some euphoria. I'm thinking now, if I ever want your opinion, I will give it to you over and over. Like Egyptians fucking the crocodiles. That's my mind now, too. Like Egyptians fucking the crocodiles, and that's my mind now, too. There's a string shooting out from the back of my mind. It's behind me, and
What is that? What is that? Is that a chunk of cotton, like cotton balls or something? It looks too formed. Maybe it's one cotton ball stretch. It looks too formed to be a couple of cotton balls sort of mashed together. If you guys know what that is, let me know.
living. I can't see it. I've just heard about it. Don't know how long it is or how far it goes, including me. It tows a star shielding my back. As we...
Sorry, I was just checking how far we were.
accelerate indefinitely. We move so fast, the star might actually be pulling me forward, guiding me from the front. I pretend like I don't know the difference, but I do. Eternally is very eternally. Eternity is very okay. Dear Bottomless Pit, I need you here to undo me. I wake up in a deep search for intent.
I think it started over, or the lines are repeating themselves. But she said this before, but it sounds like she's saying it in the same exact way. So maybe now we're getting looped into the song, perhaps?
I believe in myself. But the day is intense, driven with some euphoria. I'm thinking now, I've never been bored until this moment. And this moment is gone forever. Over and over. That's my mind now, too. Like Egyptians fucking the crocodiles, and that's my mind now, too. Got a strong sense of sense. And in this case, not liking it says more about you than liking it. I say this. Before you kill me, make sure it's dead. I look at it all for a second. I'm finally slow enough.
You know, with the fact that this was recorded in February of 2013, and then Karen, Miss Black, had passed away in August, this may very well have been her last recorded work. And there's something always a little chilling about someone's last recorded work, and especially when it is on the subject of death and passing on and eternity and things like that. It adds a little bit to it. A little bit, and I'm not sure about haunting, but, you know, it has that aura about it. It's sad. You know, it's because that was a person. Obviously, Karen Black was a person who was living, who had a personality, who had energy, who had all that stuff about them, about her, and now she's no longer there. This person no longer exists. It's death's a funny thing. What does it mean? What will it be? Carry on.
I go to sleep with worry and fantasy. Watching. By the way, I don't whisper. It's the saddest thing that I have to numb the truth when my dreams come true. It's fucking lame, actually. One thought at a time. I see. People love to confess and design the confession. Designer non-confessions. 6 walls of sex. Now that there's nothing else to it, we can move on. Yep. Specialized. I am specialized. I've been smoking myself again, too. Love you. Fuck you. Now.
I'm just gonna pause again, just to not let too much of it play through without stopping. I must say she's really taking you there. There's a lot of, you believe it. You believe that these are her own words and what she's feeling. Again, like, it seems like she broke away from the dialogue and just went into her own story at one point and then went back to the dialogue, or monologue, I guess. Sorry, I keep saying dialogue. This is one person. And, but for a lot of this, I can't tell. It seems like it's her own ramblings or, the words of someone who maybe sense that they're at the end, chilling.
Crawl into hell. This ain't nothing that serious, is it?
All right, well, that was possibly the track Bottomless Pit by Death Grips. This is titled Bottomless Pit on the Death Grips YouTube channel. So I guess this is my reaction to Bottomless Pit by Death Grips. Please come at me in the comments if this is not what was requested. It could be that this is sort of raw footage that was used in samples in a song called Bottomless Pit. But again, this is what was labeled Bottomless Pit. So either way, it was very, very chilling and, like I was saying before, I'm not good with on the fly coming up with other adjectives for it. But when someone delivers something in that way, and you know that they not long after passed on, there's just something. It's a little eerie. For me, it gives me a little bit of a shiver. And I guess I don't know what else to say about it. It was very, very well delivered. Okay, well, that was this video, I guess. All right, well, I want to thank everyone who stuck with me through the entire video of this. This is not something that I expected, but, I appreciate those who hung in there. And I want to thank you all for checking me out. And I want to thank Boog S Reviews for requesting that. Sorry I didn't successfully record Bubbles Buried in This Jungle, but, lesson learned. I'm an imperfect human that does this stuff on my own. I don't have a team or, anything like that. I don't have a professional setup. Forgive me, please. In any event, yes, if there's anything else that you would like for me to react to by Death Grips, or anyone else, maybe Karen Black, I don't know. Please leave it down in the comments section. This has been Total Fool Reacts, and I'm just gonna sign off. I'm just gonna sign off like this, I guess. Okay, bye. Enjoy your life. Enjoy it. Bye.